In the 40 years of experience working as a chiropractic physical therapy health clinic here, if you don't follow through with the treatment, you're not going to do as well. It's obvious over these years, people that don't follow the treatment are going to have problems long term.
This is your chance. The sooner we can get your motion back, the better, because that window closes on motion, and we got to take advantage of it right now.
The biggest thing in their long term is to take care of this now, because if they let it linger and let it last, it gets worse. And it becomes chronic, and now it becomes a problem that's going to last not 3 or 4 months, it's going to last 3, 4 years, 30, 40 years.
You know, you have to come in and put in the work to get better. And truly, it is the people that come in 3 times a week that get better.
I don't like to scare patients, but we know the statistics on how many people are going to develop chronic pain from this car crash.
80 to 90% of the patients that are having problems after 3 months are going to have those certain problems the rest of their life. So you need to focus that first few months on getting better.
You got about 100 days, 3 months, until the tissue heals in a way that it's just not quite as pliable and remodelable. We got to set realistic expectations and be like, here's your chance.
You know, our bodies kind of have a if you don't use it, you lose it policy.
I mean, a body in motion stays in motion. If you don't take it serious on the front end, the risk of chronic pain later in life, the recovery process tends to be much slower, and you just reduce getting back that function.
It really makes a difference. Find 10 minutes, little pockets in the day just to try to keep moving, because moving every day is key to healing.
If you're not moving right, we got to get you moving right. We got to get you using those joints the way you need to, because the dead body doesn't move. So you got to get moving.
We got to get your motion back. We want to get your tissue healed. We want to get your pain down. That's our main focus that first month, because the window closes.
Start your treatment right away. Focus on getting better so you don't end up having long-term problems that are no longer fixable.
Last one, and you're done for the day.
Each person, we go through and do a complete history, complete examination, and determine what's best for them.
You know, you come up with a plan of care with your physical therapist or your chiropractor.
We set goals with them. We understand that this is a stressor on the patient.
They're in a lot of pain. They can't do the things they're used to being able to do.
They're having multiple symptoms, headaches, spinal complaints, extremity complaints. They have limited daily function. They can't take care of themselves, can't do laundry, cook, clean. They can't do what they typically have done.
They hurt. Their lives are turned upside down. They don't think they're going to get better. They are.
Once they see how much they're improving in such a small amount of time, that's when you get your buy-in. When what you say starts to ring true to them, they're like, oh yeah, you're gonna tell me I'm gonna get better in 2 weeks, a little bit. But then when they do, they start feeling a little better, then you get that buy-in, because now it's like, well, if I feel this good in 2 weeks, how am I gonna feel in 4 weeks or 6 weeks?
We have so many tools now to get patients better. Let's try this. Now, we're gonna get you better. We are going to help you. I'm going to find a way to help you. This doesn't work, that doesn't work. There's other tools we can pull out and figure out outside the box ways to get you better.
And they start to notice, oh, well, I was able to do this a little easier, or I could finally go back to work again. And
they can sit longer, they're back to work, they can play with their kids. They went for a walk the other day. They were able to get groceries and do it themselves without the assist of someone else.
by the time they're done with care here, they're feeling really good, and sometimes even better than when they first started.
And then always when they're done, always when they're ringing the bell on their way out because they completed their treatment plan, they said, if you would have told me 3 months ago I would have been pain-free today, I wouldn't have believed you. I was in so much pain, I had such bad headaches, I couldn't walk a straight line because I was so dizzy. Now all that's gone and I'm working full-time again, wow. That's what we're looking for, is that wow. This is amazing.
Reevaluate everything we're doing to see the progress you're making and can change that plan depending on what is best for you.
We want to know when you're having the bad days. We want to know what's hurting. We want to know, what you're struggling with, and we want to be your partner in that to try to get you better, faster.
Some patients come in and say, oh, I feel so bad I can't come in this day. It's common. We modify the treatment plan so that we make things better for them. It's not going to make things worse.
We don't want to lose any progress that we've made by not having you coming in and doing your exercises. We want to keep getting you better as fast as we can, and we achieve that by you coming in regularly for your appointments.
That's just the way the treatment goes. It goes up and down over time. I feel better, feel worse, better, worse, but gradually we're improving.
Just as much a mental game as it is a physical recovery. And understanding that early on, reduce the stress, positive self-talk. The positive thinking in multiple research papers have shown that that patient gets better faster from a chemical level as well as a physical level when they're more positive.
We'll try to take as much stress off of them with what we can do and what we can refer them to do so that they can just focus on getting better, because that stress and anxiety is going to drive so much of the pain response too.
We treat hundreds of people each year, and the plan that we set out after 40-something years, that's what we found gets people better the fastest.
When you're feeling a lot better, don't stop your treatment too soon, because oftentimes we have patients that will come back and then they've had flare-ups, and then it's even more difficult to get them better. I hear all the time, I'm too busy.
They're too busy. They got to work. They got to get their kids from school.
You got your busy life, you're go, go, go. You kind of find, oh, I don't have time for this.
We always put everything else in front of our own health. Everybody does it.
This is your body, it's your life. Do you want to deal with this for the rest of your life, or do you want to tell yourself that you gave it a good effort to heal as quick as possible and as effective as possible so you don't deal with those issues?
If you just spend time for 3 to 4 months of treatment, you won't have to be here for a year. You're actually saving time.
To get them back to their normal life, there's a plan that we have to follow. We see it over and over and over again. When we follow a plan, we get great results.
Patient follow-through is probably the most important thing because it's shown time and time again through studies. That's how you're going to get better. You're 3 times a week, you're 2 times a week for 2 months, for 3 months.
My goal is to get you back to close to normal as possible, as quick as possible. In order to do that, we have to follow the plan in place.
And so oftentimes if people kind of fall off their exercise routine at home or fall off of treatment, then that just prolongs.
If you just come in once a week, this is going to take 6 to 9 months with a high risk of developing chronic pain.
When people don't come in for a few weeks, they come in, they're hurting more, they're more sore. Why do you think that is? Because you haven't been doing your prescribed treatment plan.
We can see when patients don't, right? We can tell.
Now all of a sudden you're seeing them for 6 months or 7 months.
It's up to you whether you want to develop chronic pain and have this go on for 10, 9 months, 6 months, versus let's get it done in 2 to 4 months.
Ones that stay on the path, they get better in a pretty predictable way. 3 to 4 months, they're doing good. The ones that don't, we're still seeing them here and there 6, 7 months later because they're straggling in.
I really don't like to say it, but the ones that aren't following through and really didn't pay attention to care, they don't get better. And that's disappointing to me. They need to follow the treatment to get better.
And that's part of the education part of it, is if we take care of things now, things get better. The patients that have chronic issues, they're just harder to treat, they take longer, we don't get as good of results. So when we get somebody in here that's new injury, fresh, a little bit of urgency,
Go ahead and push back.
they will have a better overall result.
Trust the process. You'll get great results, and your investment will be well paid off.